Hello, buzzers. Hopefully, today finds you well. We are here. It's a Friday. We made it through another week, and we're hoping that we are going to be successful this week. It looks like the sound is working well, and the coming week. We're going to be exploring today 5 foods you didn't know that are actually damaging your kidneys. And we're going to explore that in further detail. Just quick housekeeping. Please make sure that you like and share the video. We want to get this out to as many people as possible. We've been getting a tremendous amount of support, which we much appreciate. Please don't forget to donate to the platform. Donations are the only way that we're able to bring this content to you on a regular basis. We are streaming now every day. And so we want to continue that. And we want to make sure that you have the content that you need to be successful. So we are exploring 5 foods killing your kidneys. How do you donate to the platform? Before we jump into that, and a couple of pieces of housekeeping. Cash App, Kidney Buzz on Cash App. PayPal at Kidney Buzz. We have our Patreon linked below, and we have our direct website donation link below. So kidneybuzz.com/donate. All of those are very safe ways for you to support what we're doing here in terms of delivering this information to you on a daily basis. Also, I want to make it very clear that we're not offering you medical advice. You want to make sure that you talk with your team before changing your diet, okay? That you're safe and you're making the best decisions for your diet. Okay, so 5 foods that you didn't know were damaging your kidneys. Dietary restrictions vary depending on the stage of kidney function, the kidney disease you have, how much kidney function you still maintain. For instance, people with early stages of chronic kidney disease will have different dietary restrictions than those with end stage renal disease or kidney failure, right? Which is pretty straightforward and pretty obvious. Those stage renal disease who require dialysis will also have varying dietary restrictions. But by and large, the foods that we're going to be discussing here today should be limited or avoided for most kidney patients to avoid further damage to their kidneys. When you're trying to avoid dialysis, typically you focus on low protein. When you are on dialysis, typically you raise that protein requirement, so you're focusing more on trying to maintain your energy, so you're going to focus on a higher protein diet. However, some patients, they are on dialysis, but they desire to be off dialysis. So if that's the case, if you fall into that category, maybe you have 6% function, maybe you have 10% function, maybe you have 12% function, and you think perhaps, with significant effort, your kidneys can rebound in some way. About 1% dialysis patients experience that. So there's approximately 600,000 patients on dialysis. About 6,000 patients experience some level of kidney rebound. Either they go up high enough to get off of dialysis entirely, or they go up high enough to limit the amount of treatment that they require to get the requisite GFR clearance, KT over V clearance. Okay. So if you fall into that category and feel as though, hey, you know what, maybe I can experience some level of rebound, work with your dietitian to maintain a low protein diet as well. But talk to your team about that. Okay, number one food that is killing kidneys that patients don't recognize: canned foods such as soups, vegetables, and beans are often purchased because of their low cost and convenience and taste. Patients love the taste of canned foods. They're quick, they're easy. Everyone's lifestyle is requiring some level of easy, convenient food. However, most canned foods contain high amounts of sodium, as salt is added as a preservative to increase the shelf life of whichever canned food you're looking at. So the shelf life really has nothing with your diet, right? That is more for preserving the canned food, whether it's soup or whatever the case it might be, vegetables, beans, whatever the case might be. They're trying to preserve how long that can stay on the shelf for purchase. And so for that reason, they add salt. Due to the amount of sodium found in canned foods, it's often recommended that people with kidney disease avoid or limit the consumption of canned food. A lot of people have canned foods in their cupboard. Go to your cupboard right now. How many canned goods do you have in there? Right? Why do you keep them? You keep them because of convenience. You keep because of in case of an emergency. So they're there, but you shouldn't. You should limit them or avoid them entirely. Choosing lower sodium varieties, um, or labels, or canned food that's labeled no salt added may also offer a it may also offer alternative for you, especially when you're talking about in case of an emergency. You want the food there in case of an emergency, but look at the low sodium, no sodium options. Okay. Additionally, draining and rinsing canned foods such as canned beans, canned tuna can decrease sodium by about 33 to 80%, depending on the product. So also, this relates to purchasing sandwiches in stores. You have to ask them, is this fresh tuna, or is this from a can? You know, and that may impact what you decide to get on your sandwich. Tackling this on a day-to-day level is critical. So canned foods, number one. Number two, brown rice. A lot of patients think that brown rice is a great healthy option, but in fact, it can damage kidneys. Right? Like whole wheat bread, brown rice is a whole grain that has a higher potassium and phosphorus content that is than its white rice counterpart. 1 cup of cooked brown rice contains 150 milligrams of phosphorus and 154 milligrams of potassium, while 1 cup of cooked white rice contains only 69 milligrams of phosphorus and 54 milligrams of potassium. You may be able to fit brown rice into a renal diet, but here's the key: only if the portion is controlled and balanced with other foods to avoid excessive dietary intake of potassium and phosphorus. Okay? So, you want to make sure that you are limiting brown rice. A lot of times patients look at various diets that are advertised online and they say, oh, wow, brown rice is better than white rice. May not be. You have to work with your dietitian, but consider bulgur, buckwheat, pearl barley, um, as substitutes for brown rice, and then of course white rice, right? And work with your team to determine what's best for you. Okay, determine what's best for you with your team. So those are two: canned foods, brown rice. Now another one is pickles, olives, and relish. Right? People don't even consider this when they're putting pickles on a sandwich or enjoying a dill pickle. They don't even consider what it may do to their kidney function. This is number three. And number three is loaded: pickles, olives, and relish. Pickles, processed olives, and relish are all examples of cured or pickled foods. And that's really what um, is the issue, right? They're cured, they're pickled, there's a lot of salt that's added through that process. Usually, large amounts of salt are added during the curing and pickling process. Okay, so one pickle can contain more than 300 milligrams of sodium. Likewise, there are significant amounts of sodium in 2 tablespoons of sweet pickle relish. So just because it's sweet, it tastes sweet, but it may actually have a lot of sodium in it. 244 milligrams of sodium and 2 tablespoons of sweet pickle relish. That's a lot. Processed olives also tend to be salty as they're cured and fermented to taste less bitter. 5 green pickled olives provide about 195 milligrams of sodium, which is significant portion of daily amount of um, sodium intake, and that's a lot, especially for chronic patients. Okay, so when you're having your cocktails, if you choose to have cocktails, I mean that's not necessarily recommended, but if you choose to have cocktails, then make sure that you're limiting the green olives. On your sandwich, limit or avoid pickles, limit or avoid relish. These things make a huge difference long term, especially as you're trying to preserve your kidney function. Okay. And here's another thing. As we mentioned, being on the go, 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 go. Packaged, instant, and pre made meals are a no for kidney function. Okay. If you want to preserve your kidney function, avoid packaged, instant, and pre made meals best you can. There are some alternatives, like there's something called fieldsfreshfood.com. These are pre-made meals that you can order online. They're actually tailored for the renal diet, whichever stage you're in, or dialysis. If you're on dialysis, they'll tailor meals for you. They do go through a process where it does not have a bunch of added sodium. Fieldsfreshfood.com. They are not sponsoring this video, but I may leave a link below. So processed foods can be a major component of sodium in the diet. Among these foods, packaged, instant, and pre-made meals are usually the most heavily processed and thus contain the most sodium. Examples include frozen pizza, microwavable meals, instant noodles, those cup of noodles that everybody likes, instant noodles. Limit those. Heavily processed foods not only contain a large amount of sodium, but also commonly lack the effective amount of nutrients. Okay, so that's 4, right? Canned food. What did we say? We said canned food. We said brown rice. We said pickles, relish, olives. That's one category. Packaged instant pre-made meals. That's number 4. That's a separate category. Now we're going with greens, right? Swiss chard, spinach, beet greens. A lot of times people think this is really healthy. Again, the importance of a broadcast like this to highlight that you should be avoiding these things if you want to preserve your kidney function. Please make sure that you take a moment right now and like the video below. Please like the video. It helps with the algorithm and it helps get the content out there to a wider audience of people. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, please. We are coming out with daily content. We'll go more into this 5th category, but make sure that you donate to Kidney Buzz, BUZZ, on the Cash App, PayPal, Kim at Kidney Buzz, as join Patreon below. You can also donate directly to our website below, kidneybuzz.com/donate. We're on Facebook. Make sure you like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are here to help you. We're a resource for you. Please use us. We've been here for 10 years, nearly. Okay, so number 5, Swiss chard, spinach, and beet greens are leafy green vegetables that contain high amounts of various nutrients and minerals, including potassium. When served raw, the amount of potassium varies between 140 to 290 milligrams per cup. Okay, that's quite a bit. While leafy vegetables shrink to a smaller serving size when cooked, the potassium remains the same. Okay, that's an important point. Even though they may look small, they're very mighty, jam-packed full of potassium. Um, for example, 1/2 cup of raw spinach will shrink to about 2 tablespoons when cooked. Thus, eating 1/2 cup of cooked spinach will contain a much higher amount of potassium than 1/2 cup raw spinach. Raw Swiss chard, spinach, and beet greens are preferable cooked greens to avoid too much potassium. But just avoid it in general. Worry about cooked or raw. Try and avoid it. There's good substitutes like lettuce. Okay, there's good kinds of lettuce: romaine lettuce, iceberg lettuce. There's all kinds of great leafy substitutes that are better for you and for your kidney. Kidney stones may further damage renal tissue and decrease kidney function. So if it leads to kidney stones, it can offer you, it can be even worse for you. So those are the 5. Hopefully you wrote them down. If not, go back and listen to the video again. And it wouldn't be Kidney Buzz if we didn't offer you additional value. Okay? So quickly, I'm going to give you 5 good ones to incorporate in your diet. We're not going to go into as much detail. This is just really quick. Fatty fish, so salmon, tuna, and other cold water fatty fish that are high in omega-3 fatty acids can be a beneficial addition to any diet, but especially your kidney health. So fatty fish. Berries are excellent for your diet. Dark berries, which include strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, are a great source of many helpful nutrients and antioxidant compounds. This is really good to protect the cells in your body from damage, okay? And then also, especially with your renal function, berries are oftentimes really, really good. Apples. An apple is a healthy snack that contains an important fiber called pectin. Pectin helps reduce some risk factors for kidney damage. This is huge. You don't really hear content anywhere else. Please like the platform. I'll repeat, pectin may help reduce some risk factors for kidney damage. A lot of people listening to this probably are trying to find foods that help fortify their kidney. Apples, okay? So pectin may help reduce some risk factors for kidney damage, such as high blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Okay, and then also apples are rather sweet. Okay, cabbage is another one. Great substitute for high potassium leafy vegetables. Cabbage is a leafy vegetable that may be beneficial for people with CKD. It is relatively low in potassium and very low in sodium, yet also contains many helpful compounds and vitamins. And I'll round it out with red bell peppers. These are delicious. Bell pepper, put it under water, nice red, ripe bell pepper. In addition to being very low in minerals, such as sodium and potassium, red bell peppers contain helpful antioxidant compounds, which may protect the cells from damage. Okay? So that's where we'll leave it today. Please like, share the video. Please make sure you donate to the platform. Kidney Buzz on Cash App. PayPal, Kim@KidneyBuzz. BUZZ. Patreon, and directly donating to the platform below. Like this video. If you can't donate, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It's making a world of difference, and we want to continue to offer great content like this to the kidney community. It's very much important. It's very much needed. There are not a lot of content creators that are doing this. And so what we're trying to do is offer daily news via YouTube and other sources to the community. KidneyBuzz.com. Visit us directly. Tell other people about us. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend.